Okay, picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning, grab your phone off the nightstand, and bam, you see money deposited right into your account. And here's the kicker. It's not because you pulled an all-nighter. It's not because you traded your precious time for an hourly paycheck. It's because a digital product you created weeks ago just sold, while you were literally fast asleep. Now imagine having 10 products doing exactly that, or 50, or, no way, even 100. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving deep into a proven real-world system straight from the digital product income machine blueprint. We're not talking about some sketchy get-rich-quick scheme here. We are breaking down a rock-solid, concrete process from your very first idea all the way to pure automated income.
So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to hit 5 key phases: the digital gold rush, designing for value, building the factory, the multiplication strategy, and finally, we'll wrap up with the biggest mistake creators make. All right, let's jump right in.
Phase 1, the digital gold rush. This is all about a massive economic shift we're seeing right now. See, to build wealth back in the day, you had to deal with a lot of heavy overhead. We're talking physical inventory, sorting out shipping logistics, renting expensive storage space, and hiring a whole team of employees just to keep the lights on. It's a lot, it's heavy. But digital products, things like templates, systems, knowledge, tools, they operate on a completely different set of physics. You build the asset exactly one time, and you can sell it forever. No shipping delays, no running out of stock. This is an absolute game changer, guys, because it means your income can finally scale up without dragging your expenses up with it.
Moving on to phase 2, designing for value. This is where we figure out what to actually build.
Okay, so once you grasp the sheer power of digital assets, you hit the ideation phase, and almost everyone sits down staring at a blank screen and asks themselves, what should I create? I want you to erase that question from your mind immediately. Seriously, scratch that. It is the absolute wrong way to start because it's entirely focused on you, the creator, instead of the person who's actually going to hand you their hard-earned money. Instead, you need to flip the script and ask a vastly better question. What specific problem can I solve? Listen, people do not buy files. Nobody wakes up thinking, man, I really want to buy a PDF or a spreadsheet today just to let it sit on my hard drive. No, they buy solutions to their problems. It's really that simple. And the more specific the problem you can pinpoint for a potential customer, the more incredibly valuable your solution becomes. Let's see what this actually looks like out in the wild. If someone is desperately looking for a job, they don't want to stress over designing a document from scratch, right? They will gladly pay for a sleek professional resume template. What if someone's drowning in digital clutter and needs a productivity boost? Boom, they'll buy a pre-built Notion dashboard. Struggling with finances? A digital budget tracker is the perfect fix. Or say a busy business owner needs to save time on marketing. They are going to snatch up an AI prompt pack. Do you see the direct connection here? A specific problem leads to a solution, that solution becomes your product, and that product turns into income. At the end of the day, people buy value, and value pretty much always falls into one of these 3 value pillars. When you have an idea, ask yourself, will this digital product save someone time? Is it going to help them make money? Or will it reduce their daily stress and frustration? The big takeaway here is that the strongest, most bulletproof digital products usually nail at least one of these goals. And the absolute blockbusters, the ones that sell like crazy, they manage to hit all 3. All right, let's get into phase 3, building the factory. This is all about setting up a repeatable process. So how do we actually do this? A lot of folks just wing it. They slap a product together, throw it online, and cross their fingers. But the truly successful creators, they build a literal factory floor. It's a strict 5-step workflow. Step 1, research demand. You got to make sure people actually have the problem you're solving. Step 2, create the product. Step 3, package it professionally, because let's be real, presentation is everything. Step 4, publish it to the marketplace. And step 5, this is the big one, repeat. This isn't just a one-and-done deal, it's a machine you run over and over again. Now, this is a massive paradigm shift. I really want this to sink in. You aren't just making files here. Every single time you run an idea through that 5-step factory, you're essentially hiring a brand new digital employee. And this employee, it works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it never calls in sick, it never needs a coffee break, and it never asks for a raise. Someone can stumble across your product at 3 a.m., buy it, download it instantly, and get value right then and there. No warehouses, no shipping boxes, just pure automated magic. Which brings us perfectly to phase 4,
The multiplication strategy. Time to scale that revenue. When you start scaling this process, the revenue potential gets really interesting. Let's say you make just one digital product. It's not a viral sensation, it just makes a modest, say, $10 a month. I mean, okay, $10 isn't exactly going to change your life, right? But what happens when you run your factory process 50 times? Or 100 times? Now we're talking. $10 a month across 100 products is a solid $1,000 a month of completely automated income. You're no longer sitting around praying for one single product to go viral. Instead, you're building this massive multiplying portfolio. And that is exactly why you have to start thinking like a business owner, not an artist. You know, an artist will pour their entire soul into one single masterpiece, and then they stop. A business owner, they build an asset, and then they build another asset, and then they keep going. They are continuously stocking their digital shelves, building a storefront that literally never sleeps. Finally, we arrive at phase 5, the biggest mistake. Let's talk about why creators fail. Because hey, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There is a huge trap out there that tanks the vast majority of these digital businesses. 3. That's it. 3 is the tragically small number of products most creators actually publish before they throw their hands up in the air and quit completely. Maybe they push it to 5 if they're super motivated. They toss a few things into the void, realize they aren't millionaires by Tuesday, and just walk away. What they entirely miss is that generating digital product income is, at its very core, a numbers game. I want to highlight this specific quote from the source material because it hits the nail right on the head. Consistency beats perfection every time. You really don't need every single product you make to be this flawless, groundbreaking innovation. By consistently running your factory system and launching more quality products, you are basically putting exponentially more hooks in the water. You are creating way more opportunities for those automated ping-in-the-night sales to trigger. So let's bring the whole shebang together into the final blueprint. First up, choose a highly specific problem. Second, design a valuable solution for it. Third, run it through your factory to turn it into a polished product. Fourth, publish consistently. Seriously, do not stop at 3. Fifth, build up a robust product library to act as your tireless digital workforce. Sixth, use automation for instant delivery. And finally, just keep scaling that system over time. Like the source material says, this process is simple, but it's not necessarily easy. But if you stick with it, it is a profoundly real and powerful way to build income. We've covered the digital gold rush. We shifted our mindset to focus on solving real problems. We walked the factory floor, and we saw the incredible power of consistency and multiplication. Now, the ball is entirely in your court. So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Which specific problem will your very first digital employee solve today? Get out there and start building.